Hey guys, today I'm going to do a playthrough of Corsair Leader. This first video I'll do setup, and then I might do a video for day 1, day 2, day 3 of a short campaign, and then my final thoughts and review of the game. So I've got everything lined up. I'll go through how I've done my setup. Like first, the main thing that you should do is separate all these bandit counters. If you separate them all year group, this year group's, I hope you can see it, 1943. There's like so many of these that what you want to do is separate them by year and put them in baggies. So I've got all the 1943 ones separated, and all the other ones are inside the box over there in baggies. So that's what you should do first when you get this game sorted out. There's another cup with special naval sights that you use when you go after a naval target. So they're separate, they're grey instead of red. The third cup, there's 5 special sights that you use when you pick a special sight token. You swap it for one of these, and they've all got different rules, and they help you if you land on them, like either destroy them or go on their space. So there's 5 5 of them that you put in a cup. So there's 3 cups, special sights, naval bandits and sights, and they're your standard bandits and sights separated by year. So there's the 3 cups that I'm using. Next, you have to decide which scenario you're going to use, and there's loads in this game. So I thought I'd pick an easy-ish one. I've done a standard skill level one. This one's New Britain 1943. It tells you here which bandits you use. So not only do you separate the bandits in years, but sometimes you use particular bandits in that year. This scenario uses all of them in 1943. Some scenarios have special rules. This one says you can use these Corsair aeroplanes and Mitchell aeroplanes as well as these 2. So there's special rules for each scenario. So basically I'm doing the short campaign. It only lasts 3 days. You only get 20 SO points, so you've got to be dead careful how you use them, because if you run out of them, it's game over. You lose straight away. So what I'm trying to do here is maybe get up to 9 points, so I get a good grade. I played the medium one, and I actually got exactly 26 points, so I got a good grade. But with this being a playthrough, I'll probably do awful. I've sorted my planes out. With a short scenario, you get 8 aeroplanes. One of the first things you do right at the beginning is if you want to buy some skills. And I've bought Lucky for my first pilot, Garcia. And Lucky, if you get damaged, you can use this skill to only get 2 stress. I bought Gung Ho for Thompson. That gives them a Gung Ho token. They have special abilities, very useful. For Rhodes, I didn't bother with any. He already had a Gung Ho. Paxton, I bought Fighter Pilot. That adds 1 dice roll modifier when he's fighting other planes. I bought a kill for this guy, and I think that's all I did. Oh, and I also when you first start scenario, you can spend SO points to upgrade a skill level. Here, pilot promotion priority. So depending on his skill, mine was a newbie, so I spent 2 SO points to automatically upgrade him to grain. Here tells you about the pilot skills that I was discussing. Short scenarios, it only costs 1 SO point. Medium scenarios, 2 points. Long scenarios, 3 points. Gung-ho abilities are really cool. You can automatically get a 10 on your dice roll. You can also treat unfit or shaken pilots as being okay. That's sometimes useful. And also, if you're shaken or damaged, the pilot may spend a 1 to treat it as no effect. And that's telling you about getting a 10. So there's 3 useful things to use them on. But once you've used them, you've got to destroy a target that has a keyword of gung-ho on. Otherwise they're spent. And they stop spent until you destroy a target with gung-ho on. Once you do that, every pilot can turn them back. Another thing about this game, Corsair Leader, unlike the other ones, is once you start, you can't change your altitude. So that's high and that's low. The only way you can change it if one of your pilots has the keyword dive. If he does, when you reach your target, you can use that ability and change your altitude to low. You also get a +3 modifier. So that's useful, but none of my pilots have that keyword, unfortunately. Another thing what I had to do is, because a couple of my planes are good, I had to spend, it says here, you pay 4, 8 or 12 SO points to get the plane. So there was a couple of my planes that I had to spend 4 SO points to get. So that cost 8 points. So what I've got left, this is the player log. Say I'm doing a short campaign that lasts 3 days. I started with 20. I used them 2 4 points to buy them 2 planes. The other ones I got for free. I spent 4 points on skills. And I'm not using any optional rules, because in this game there's lots of different optional rules you can do, but it costs SO points. So they're very valuable, these SO points. I've only got 6 SO points left. That 2 there was what I used to upgrade me newbie to a green, because I had 8, I used 2 and I'm left with 6. Here it's the name of the pilot and any skills that I've bought for him. So Corsair has luck, Paxton has fight, he's a fighter pilot skill, etc. And here, S for skilled, A for average, G for green, and how many experience I need to upgrade them to the next level. Here you tick the experience that you gain. And here, this is interesting, there's little stars here. Every time you shoot the plane down, you colour one in. And when a pilot does 5, you get an extra victory point at the end. And here, you mark if he has any cool. That means he knocks his stress down. So the board's mounted. You put your target cards and event cards there. It's the turn track. What's the biggest change in this game's dogfight? So you get another mounted map board, and it goes into detail. The rules, they're pretty straightforward. You just have to do manoeuvring before you to attack. So I'll explain that when I get to dogfighting. And here, this is interesting. Every time you shoot a legendary or veteran, you put the token here. So once they're killed, out of the game. Right then, I think that's all I've got to explain for setup. I don't think there's anything else that's different to this game compared to the other games. I'll do turn 1 next. Look out for that. See you next time. Bye. Bye.